What's up, guys? My name is Mitch, and I'm with Under the Firewall. This is going to be my first video ever made on this channel. So I thought I'd do like a little bit of an introduction for myself, just to let you guys know who I am and kind of what my background is, so that you can understand what I'm talking about, why I'm talking about it, and what qualifies me to talk about these subjects. So I am a IT professional by day. I work a typical 8 to 5 job. I am currently a systems administrator for a company that will remain undisclosed, obviously for my own privacy. But I have been working professionally in the IT field for about 13 years, mostly on the infrastructure and networking side. I didn't really like programming. Coding was never really my cup of tea. I always prefer to be on like the networking side and working like hands-on with hardware and networking equipment and servers and racks and all that fun stuff. So that's kind of what I do on a day-to-day basis. That's kind of what my alter ego is, so to speak. By day, I am an IT professional, and by night, I am a gamer and I guess YouTuber, or soon to be. That's kind of what I'm aspiring to be. Um, so I guess what I wanted to talk about with this channel was mostly like cybersecurity related stuff, and I'll dabble a little bit into politics. I try not to let my own biases affect the information. So I will be very transparent whenever it comes to my political leanings. For you guys that don't know, I tend to lean very liberal, but that doesn't mean that I don't see the nuances of the other side. And if you want to stop watching me because of my political views, I totally understand. I am not everyone's cup of tea, and that is totally okay. I just want to get my biases out there, let you know where I'm coming from, what kind of perspective that I genuinely have, and put it out there so that the opinions that I hold aren't affected by my own personal beliefs and ethics. So with that being said, one of the first things that I'd like to talk about is TSMC. To give you guys kind of some background on TSMC, for those that don't know, TSMC stands for Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company Limited. It's a Taiwanese multinational semiconductor company, like I said, primarily based in Taiwan, founded in 1987, by Morris Chang. I believe Morris stepped down in 2018, and now they have a new chairman, C.C. Hui, who I'm not very familiar with, either of those personalities, to be honest with you. I'm more interested in talking about the company itself. So for those of you who don't know, this company is responsible for about 90% of the world's semiconductor manufacturing. Semiconductors are the small, like, before I tell you wrong, let me make sure. It's a material between the conductor and insulator to conduct electrical current. So these are the devices that they put on motherboards and chips that basically create, modern day processors. Pretty much every processor company in the world, like AMD, Apple, ARM, Broadcom, Marvell, MediaTek, Qualcomm, NVIDIA, they're all customers of TSMC. TSMC being a manufacturing company that produces semiconductors, is effectively the bottleneck for pretty much all of the world's electronics. And I'm sorry if I don't get all this information 100% accurate. I try to be as accurate as I possibly can be. So if I get anything wrong, feel free to correct me. I recognize that I am not a 100% like totally credible resource on some of these subjects. I may say things that are wrong, but if I am wrong, I am totally open to be corrected, and I try to give as much factual information as I possibly can be. But since TSMC is a producer of 90% of the world's semiconductors, they're in a unique position where pretty much all of the world's electronics, in order to be produced, have to be, have to funnel through the manufacturing of TSMC. All the semiconductors that build the computer chips that we use in smartphones, cars, desktops, everyday electronics now, because everything has a motherboard. I mean, all smart devices, your fucking computer is a smart device now. So, I mean, pretty much everything that we use in our daily lives will funnel through some form of semiconductor manufacturing. And because they're in this such unique position, they're a very profitable company. And they sell to the United States, they sell to China, they sell to Russia. Pretty much the world's biggest producer of computer chips is effectively going to control the ebb and flow of the technology market, I guess is the best way to say that. And so, that being said, there are a lot of countries that see this particular company, and Taiwan in general, as a threat to technological advancement. I think that's at least how the United States perceives it, because with the current state of the world, like with China's interest in Taiwan, I think one of the things that the United States is afraid of is if China makes a move on Taiwan and, goes to war, what does that do for, how does that threaten our technological production? And, that is a rightful concern that we should have. I'm not downplaying that in the slightest. But one thing that is about to happen, I believe, is potentially negative. There are going to be tariffs, I guess, imposed on Taiwan and basically all semiconductor manufacturing coming out of Taiwan. And that's done by the Trump administration. Now, like I said, I tend to lean very liberal, and my political views are my political views. But, that being said, I don't necessarily believe that that is the best move right now. For the longest time, Taiwan was an ally to the United States. And I think, if anything, we should be supporting them and trying to get them to side with us. But hey, like I said, I am not the person calling the shots. That's just my personal belief. But in the very near future, a very real possibility could be that tariffs are being imposed on Taiwan for semiconductor manufacturing. And as a result of those tariffs, that's going to hurt consumers in the pocket. in a devastating way, at least in my opinion. With tariffs, typically, production doesn't slow down. Demand doesn't change. And so from an economical perspective, with the demand not slowing down and the supply chain being affected with costs rising, essentially what's going to happen is the companies that are producing those electronics, the cost to manufacture those electronics is going to go up significantly. And most of the time when you see something like that happen, companies aren't going to let that affect their bottom line. They're going to try everything that they possibly can to avoid that from hurting profit. So what you're going to see happen is they're going to pass off that difference to the consumer. And so if the supply chain is effective and prices go up and the demand stays the same, the cost to manufacture goes up. And what happens as a result of that is companies still want to see the same level of profits. And so they pass off the price raises, the raising in price, or the, I'm not sure of a better way to word that right now. I'm still working on the speaking thing. This is my first video. Please forgive me if I'm not as articulate as I can normally be. However, what is going to happen is they're going to pass the buck off to the consumer. Prices are going to be raised for us, and you know, we're going to see graphics cards, computers, even cars potentially. Everything is going to go up. The price of everything that is electronic will rise. That's going to suck. I mean, you know, we're already dealing with inflation already. It's out of control. That's neither a left nor a right thing. It is a fact. Every American is feeling it. And the last thing I think we need right now is prices to go up even higher. A lot of people believe the same thing as me, where, you know, even Taiwanese news sites such as Focus Taiwan are saying that the tariffs are likely to backfire. Pretty much any analyst or macroeconomic expert is going to kind of agree with that, at least in my opinion. And so I guess from my point of view, the reason why I wanted to talk about it was I believe as consumers we should be as informed as possible. I think it's important to maintain good relations with companies like this, and imposing tariffs is not the way to do that. That being said, you know, that's just my opinion. Like I said, I'm just throwing this out there as kind of an unfiltered, unedited way of voicing my concerns. So tell me what you think in the comments. Let me know if I've gotten any of the facts wrong or if I've worded anything incorrectly. But I'm interested to hear what your opinions are. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say. Yeah, and thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Have a good one. Bye.